Good morning. This is KELOLAND On the Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Rapid City Police need your help locating two people that they want to question about a recent shooting. They believe 20-year-old Loretta Betelyoun and 16-year-old Tyrell James Yellow Thunder were at a home on East Fairlane Drive when a boy was shot Monday.
The victim was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Anyone with information on where the two may be is urged to contact authorities.
The first thunder fire stretched to about 155 acres over the past few days, and thanks to those working on the ground and in the air, lines have been established.
4 air tankers were able to drop retardant multiple times to create the lines needed to outline the fire as best as possible.
The actual flight time to that fire was probably less than 5 minutes. So we'll get the order that they need them, where they're going. We make sure all the everything's in place to get them sent. We load them up, and in about 15 minutes they're flying. They're up in the air and on their way to the fire.
We'll keep you updated as more information becomes available.
On Monday, Yankton native and University of South Dakota freshman Miles Krosky won the silver medal at the Paralympics in mixed doubles badminton.
He and his partner JC Simon worked tirelessly to become the first medal winners in badminton in United States Paralympic and Olympic history.
It meant a lot just because we've been training down in Frisco, Texas for this past 3 months this summer. So with all Frisco Badminton Academy's help, it really paid off, and I liked seeing that all that hard work was put to good use and helped us win a medal.
Krasky is now back at USD, where he will have to catch up on his classes. Now let's head over to a look at our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast, well, good for badminton or anything else in the backyard the next few days. It looks like temperatures will be pleasant. We're looking at a cool down today, 78 Sioux Falls. Scattered areas of showers overnight, pretty much departing and fizzling out. 72 our temperature today in Brookings, and mid to upper 70s likely from Pierre to Rapid City. That's your forecast. We'll get into the details of the outlook coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Brian. The 6th Street Bridge opened to pedestrians earlier this year. Now it's also open to drivers. The project improved the bridge's condition and added a few new changes, including narrowed lanes to reduce speed and flower beds along the sides.
Drivers and pedestrians say they're excited that it's complete.
It's really nice to have the bridge open. I mean, it's such a beautiful view, and it's a really quick walk then to Phillips. From here, it's a nice, beautiful walk.
The city says they finished the bridge project under the original bid amount of $21 million.
The city of Sioux Falls has a message for people with ash trees. Now is the time to start thinking about removing them if you haven't treated them for the emerald ash borer.
The beetle was discovered in Sioux Falls in 2018.
The longer that you wait to remove ash trees, an infested ash tree, the more expensive it becomes. Today, the removal is about $800 to $1,000. Currently. In the coming years, we anticipate the removals to be more expensive because EAB makes the tree more dangerous to remove.
The city has a list of licensed arborists you can consult. We have a link with this story here on KELOLAND.com.
The 61st annual Sidewalk Arts Festival is set for Saturday in downtown Sioux Falls.
The event will take place on the streets surrounding the Washington Pavilion, shining a spotlight on hundreds of local artists, entertainers, and nonprofits among the long list of vendors.
We've got vendors who've been coming here for 20 plus years. We've also got a ton of new vendors this year. So you might see something that you've been seeing forever. It's, a standard favorite, but you might find your new favorite thing also, and someone you've never seen before.
The Sidewalk Arts Festival is Saturday from 9 to 5 outside the pavilion. Admission is free.
We provided a link with a complete list of vendors under this story here on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of today's top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast as we head into the end of the week, and before you know it, the weekend. It looks like dry weather is upon us. We've got these leftover scattered showers moving east into Minnesota, a couple more in the northeast, but really at this point in the forecast, everything is fizzling out as drier Canadian air moves on in. You can see behind me here the hourly numbers at midday: 72, 73 Sioux Falls on our way for a high today, close to 78. We'll see if we'll make it there. We've got enough haze and a couple clouds out there, too, that can be limiting factors. It's certainly cooler by several degrees compared to what we saw yesterday. Meanwhile, western KELOLAND, mid to upper 70s in Rapid City with that north wind. And the outlook for tonight will carry through here with dry skies. Comfortable overnight lows, upper 40s to low 50s across the board. And then that's going to set the stage for tomorrow. Temperatures back to the low 70s. Brookings, Aberdeen, Huron, all looking very pleasant. A few more upper 70s in western South Dakota. How about the start of the weekend? I think we're on the same track here. Likely a little below normal in eastern KELOLAND, but the turnaround will be here by early next week. Turn down the highs today. 81 in Valentine, 81 degrees in Pine Ridge. Don't forget about the hazy skies as well. Forecast tonight, clearing and cooler. Low 47, Worthington, 48 degrees in Marshall. Tomorrow, back to the 70s, most of KELOLAND. Exception might be in the northeast. We might see a few folks not at 70. And then Valentine, Pine Ridge will be back to the low and mid 80s. 7-day forecast. Takeaway number one, it's dry. No rain, no organized rain patterns, at least for now. And number two, it's going to warm up. 80-degree weather likely next week. I think 80s are common across northeast South Dakota starting on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Any mention of rain is very limited. At this point, it looks like we'll have to kind of wait and see if we sneak in another frontal system here, but it looks like this ridge is going to be really stable. It's a long-lasting pattern. It's going to result in drying and warming weather, and that has an effect here on these fire weather concerns in western South Dakota. Once we start getting back to 90, we'll have to watch that next week. Check out more details. They're posted online at KELOLAND.com.